London Heathrow, host to 78 million passengers, nearly 500,000 flights, and one very unusual animal reception centre. Animals passing through Heathrow come here to be checked in.
Hi! Oh, you're so pretty!
Also known as the Ark, it's equipped to welcome almost any species through its doors.
I like the cheeky one, holding his hand out for more food.
From reptiles and livestock to pets and predators, it's up to the Ark to make sure everyone is cleared to enter the country.
That really is the tiniest one I've ever seen.
More than 200,000 animals passed through last year alone. And its dedicated team of over 40 staff are on hand every hour of every day.
We'll just get a vet out just to be safe.
And are always prepared to expect the unexpected.
Ah! Then she lost her hand.
Today on Animal Airport, a pair of young cassowaries pose a surprising risk.
They've got very sharp claws on them, so they can actually do a lot of damage.
A seriously injured puppy is brought to the Ark.
I'm worried she's going to damage herself.
And two cats from New York are feeling the stress of their transatlantic travel.
This one's nervous. No, this one's not a happy bunny.
The Animal Reception Centre's main role is checking every creature that arrives or leaves Heathrow Airport to ensure they're disease-free and here legally. But there's another team at the centre. The Animal Health Inspectors deal with suspected illegally imported animals found anywhere in London.
Oh. But what about her rabies vaccine, sir? What about her rabies vaccine?
Sharon is one of the inspectors, whose job it is to investigate. And today she has a new case. Laura the German Shepherd.
This dog was reported by a vet and is being smuggled into the UK. It's been taken to the vets because the owners put a harness on it when it was a puppy and didn't take the harness off it. And the harness has grown into its chest, so it's got a big wound in its chest. But we just need to get you out. Come on. Come on, because you're beautiful. I don't want to scare you. There. And she's covered in vomit.
The harness has been removed, but it was on her since she was 6 weeks old. She's now 4 months and more than twice the size.
How could somebody do that to her? There we go.
It was at the vets that her illegal entry into the UK was uncovered.
It would transpire that the father of the family has imported the dog. We've ascertained he's come on the ferry, but the dog's not had any of the vaccinations required to enter the UK legally.
Oh, good girl. I know.
So it was due to be operated on today, but because it's illegal, it has to go to a quarantine facility to be operated on. So we've detained it today under the rabies importation laws in the UK because it's a disease risk.
As well as puppy Laura being a rabies risk, there are huge concerns for her welfare. A vet is on the way to do a more thorough inspection of Laura's injury before she can leave for surgery.
I'm worried she's going to damage herself.
Although she's now safe, she's still very nervous.
We need to keep her calm.
While the animal health inspectors are on call to investigate cases outside the airport,
Thank you. Bye.
day to day the centre is busy checking in animals who've flown into Heathrow. Deputy Manager Tristan is about to deal with an exotic shipment that requires his expertise as one of the longest-serving members of staff.
This job, I guess, is a dream job because I've been here for 30 years. Things have changed greatly over the years, so it keeps the interest going.
The shipment is 2 southern cassowaries. They're native to Papua New Guinea and the rainforests of northern Australia. They can grow as tall as a human and are known for their speed, strength, and feisty nature.
Very rarely get cassowaries coming through the animal reception centre. We have to treat them with the utmost of respect. In the wild they can be very dangerous, especially if they're in breeding condition. They have a large claw which could be likened to a velociraptor claw, which they can use to kick down with great force, which can injure people very badly, so they are very powerful birds.
Tristan must check their identities and make sure their packaging is suitable. With such tricky birds to handle, he enlists the help of supervisor Anna.
Right, well I might as well have a quick look at the boxes while we're waiting.
Every container that live animals are travelling in must be checked by the team to ensure they're fit for purpose and that each animal is safe and secure in transit.
Nicely constructed boxes.
The cassowaries are only 5 months old, but they're strong for their age.
These are quite powerful birds, so once the doors open they could push their way out, so I just want some assistance. I'm going to open it up and just try and slide the microchip reader in here.
Okay.
If you can just control the door,
Okay.
that'd be good.
The microchip is the animal's ID, their version of a person's passport, and without it, an animal can't come into the UK.
No, just got to watch the feet on these.
The cassowary would cause chaos if it got out, and it isn't making Tristan's job easy.
Yeah?
No.
Sorry.
It could be in various places. I would normally expect it to be somewhere either in the breast muscle on this bird or maybe top of the leg. No, that's not successful. Let's try with a different chip reader.
Heathrow has 4 terminals, and its 2 runways each stretch more than 2 miles. It's a tricky place to navigate, as Animal Health Officer Heather is finding out.
Every time you come on the airport, they change the layout. I've only been driving for maybe 7 months, so I'm not that confident with the airport anyway. So it's always a nice little challenge when you come out and they've changed the road layout and you've got to work it out all over again.
She's airside to meet 2 pet cats, Dot and Ida, from New York. If she can just find their plane.
See, this was not here last time. So, just going to generally head in the direction. Hope for the best. The little tugs, these little guys here, they just zoom around. Oh, I see what they've done. So they've just taken out a roundabout for some reason. I can see where we want to be. It's actually getting to it. That's our plane there. It's just getting to it. So we want to go just down here, nice tight angle.
After successfully piloting her way to the right plane, Heather can greet the cats as they're unloaded from their flight.
Hi! Hi!
Although the pressure and temperature are controlled in the plane's cargo hold, making travel comfortable for animals,
Oh, I know.
it seems both Dot and Ida are a bit worn out by the journey.
Thank you. This one's nervous. This one's not a happy bunny. And he's crying. One of them looks absolutely fine, somewhat grumpy, but absolutely fine. The other one is very vocal, big pupils, sort of curled up in the corner, so obviously a bit indicative of the fact that it's absolutely terrified, but It's completely understandable. They get put on loud planes, they don't know where they're going, and the whole thing is just stressful really for them. So, especially cats, because obviously they're a bit more timid anyway.
A bit of TLC will be needed when they get back to the Ark. Once Heather's figured out the road system. One more time. Animal welfare is a top priority for the Ark. And the condition of illegally imported German Shepherd puppy Laura is a huge cause for concern. Vet Monica is overseeing an examination of the injury for the animal health inspectors that will help decide Laura's future.
Bring her out, and then you might be able to see better. Wow. Excuse me? It's been on since 6 weeks. That's a long time in this dog's life.
Yeah.
Because it's not a small dog. No. It's probably 3.5, 4 months, isn't it? Yeah? Happy? Oh, she's good weight though. Yeah.
The severity of the injury has prompted the team to make a serious decision. Puppy Laura will be confiscated permanently.
The lesion that the dog has sustained in over a period of time, they are of such an extent the owner won't have her back, because obviously they haven't looked after her before, and even after the quarantine period we don't feel that they will be able to look after her. I find it is, pretty shocking that a puppy has been left growing into a harness that cut into their skin, into their body. To me, that it is, basic.
Right, so I'll go and issue a seizure notice.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
And send it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the owners want Laura back, they'll have to appeal against the seizure notice. But that's not all.
Everybody in the UK who keeps a dog has a legal duty of care under the Animal Welfare Act. And one of the needs for an animal is to prevent its suffering, pain, suffering, injury and disease. So there is definitely an offence against the Animal Welfare Act here. And once we've completed our investigations, we may well take legal proceedings against the owner for causing this suffering to this dog.
She'll be off to surgery as soon as it can be arranged. But before that, there's another problem to sort.
Hello, shall we take this? Oh, it's okay. Oh, we're just being sick. Again. Okay, that's fine. Alright. The German Shepherd puppy that Sharon and Deborah have is just constantly being sick, and there's an awful lot of sick now, and we're eating it. I need a hand to try and clean it.
In the bird wing of Heathrow's Animal Reception Centre, Deputy Manager Tristan and Supervisor Anna have been struggling to find the microchips on the pair of young cassowaries that have flown in from Miami.
Right, we'll try again with this new chip reader, see if this picks anything up.
When fully grown, cassowaries can run at up to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, straight away.
Success. With the chip read, Vet Naomi can check the microchip number matches the paperwork sent with the shipment to confirm the bird's identity.
587114. That was at the base of the neck on that one. Okay. So I'm presuming that this one might well be in the same place.
On to the second bird.
Right, you ready with the door?
And this one is a bit bigger.
As you can see, the feet are large for the size of the bird, and they can actually do a lot of damage. Sometimes the chips fail and therefore don't work, and therefore we have to check the whole animal just to see if the chip has moved.
The more time spent checking an animal, especially after a long flight, the more it can get impatient and potentially aggressive.
No.
But luckily, Tristan finds the microchip easily.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, that one was more down towards the breast muscle area. Quite difficult to pick up.
The birds look okay. The packing's good. Right, okay, that's us done.
The birds and their containers are signed off, and the cassowaries are ready to leave the Ark and continue their journey. Animal Health Officer Heather has returned to the centre with cats Dot and Ida, who've had a nerve-wracking flight.
We've chilled out a bit. We calmed down.
Just ahead of them are owners Caroline and Mike, who along with the cats are relocating to London.
I moved to America about 8 years ago, and the plan was to go just for 1 year and do a bit of work experience and come back. And then 8 years later, Mike and I are together and have these 2 cats, and yeah, I just really wanted to move back home to London. Didn't want to leave them behind, so we all moved over together. And they're small and really sweet, and they've never flown before.
Both cats need to be released from their boxes and go through the microchip checking procedure before they can start their new life in the UK.
Hi, Annie. Oh, we're not very happy. We're a little bit nervous. I always feel really bad because a lot of the time they've never seen like a gloved hand before, so they're more nervous of the gloved hand, but obviously because of the rabies risk, we've got to be so careful. Hi, honey.
It's a journey that hasn't just been emotional for the pets.
We arrived at the airport and dropped them off, and they just went through a door and we could hear dogs barking on the other side, and there was like a board with all these images of other types of animals that could be on the plane, and it was like owls and like cheetahs and snakes, and I just was like imagining them in the bottom of the plane with this room full of scary animals.
But Caroline had nothing to worry about.
Where we were sitting, we could see them going up the little conveyor belt, and then this really nice man came onto the plane and just said, like, I've been sitting with them and they're warm and safe on the plane, and was really sweet and reassured us that they were healthy and on their way and fine.
Behind the scenes, Heather has read the cats' microchips and confirmed their identities, so they're cleared to enter the country. But before they leave, there's time to help them feel a bit more relaxed after their long journey.
This stuff, it smells absolutely awful, but it has pheromones in it that make them feel a little bit better. My cat goes potty for it. It's for stressful situations, so people use it if there's like fireworks or like they're moving house or something. It's proven that it reduces their stress levels. They just need time to adjust to their surroundings, because obviously it's a big upheaval.
The spray is starting to have an effect. And now it's time to go.
She's super chilled.
There's one sure way to make any pet happier. And that's to take them back to where they belong, with their owners.
They've both been absolutely fine.
Oh, thank you.
They've both eaten, they both haven't eaten and gone to the toilet yet. That's quite typical for cats.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Most of the tens of thousands of pets that the Ark see each year are the most precious cargo an owner could ever send. Loved as a member of the family. But occasionally the centre sees a pet who's been treated badly. Laura, the seized German Shepherd puppy, has been repeatedly sick in the dog wing. But after some care and attention, she's starting to feel better.
Well done.
And just in time. Laura is off to quarantine, where she can finally have surgery to fix the large wound in her chest and have all the vaccinations needed to stay in the country.
She's going to be a smashing dog.
Okie dokie.
5 weeks later, Laura's future is looking brighter.
Hi.
Her surgery was a success, she's had her rabies jab, and she's been taken in by a dog rehoming charity.
Laura's settled in great, her confidence has grown so much, she's come on leaps and bounds since being with us. We're starting to teach her all of her basics and just help build her confidence really, she's doing great.
Megan from the Dogs Trust has been helping Laura to recover.
She has been left with a bit of scarring, but because she's got quite long fur, it does cover that up. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have bothered her too much. We've made sure that she's comfortable in wearing a harness again. So yeah, she's healed really, really well.
Laura's owners did not appeal to get her back, so now she can be rehomed. And there are high hopes of a new family for her.
I think Laura will make an amazing pet for somebody. Since she's had quite a rough start from a young age, it would be really, really nice to see her go to a nice home, a nice loving home. She's a really loyal, affectionate dog that just wants some company, just wants the love off people, really. So affectionate, loves everybody that she meets.
It's a happy ending for Laura, and another satisfied customer through the arc. Dot and Ida have relaxed well into their new London home.
They love the garden. I think this is their favourite spot. They seem to love their new life in England. They're happy. It's great.
The Cassowaries made it safely onto their final destination. And as for Laura,
Go on in. Good girl.
she's getting ready to join her new family.
What do you say? What do you say?
Meanwhile, her case was taken to court, where her owners were found guilty for breaching the Animal Welfare Act and illegally importing Laura into the country.